When it comes to death, the best someone can hope for is to die in old age. While it may not sound like much fun, dying as an elderly, grumpy older man is preferable to dying as a young fool. Death is not kind to the stupid. While I feel awful for the victims, their deadly choices make me wonder if they truly deserved it. Here are 10 of the most ridiculous ways that people have died. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's start. Number 10. Death on the tracks in the Canadian province of Alberta. A train ran over a young man. Unfortunately, this was one of the most plainly dumb deaths in recent memory and could have been prevented. The young man walked across the train tracks near 65th Avenue while listening to music on his earbuds. Rather than checking both directions to see whether a train was arriving, the guy just kept on going. He went directly into the path of a rushing train, and his headphones kept him from hearing the approaching danger until it was too late. The young man died immediately, according to CBC News. He didn't hear the train's horn. He didn't notice the train slowing down, and in the end, he probably simply saw a flash of light and nothing. Even scarier is that a lot of people saw what happened. Many people had a hard time seeing a man get blown into 1,000 pieces by a speeding train. Number 9. Grenade selfie. There are some things you're not supposed to play with, such as potentially harmful bombs. They are, in fact, one of those things you should completely stay away from. A live grenade was discovered by 2 men traveling in Russia. In this case, it was a grenade with the pin pulled out. For those who don't know, it means that the grenade is loaded and could quickly go off. The system had a problem, so it hadn't gone off yet. You might think that means it was safe to pick it up, but that wasn't the case. That only added to the danger. The 2 men were unaware of this and thought it would be a fantastic idea to pick up the grenade and take a photo with it. As you might guess, they didn't make it through. In fact, the explosive exploded during the photo session. But in a strange twist, even though the men died, the phone did not. It was used as proof of how the 2 men died. Usually that would be the end of this stupid cause of death, but here's the catch. This was just one of many extreme selfies gone wrong in Russia. In so many cases, the government had to warn people not to take selfies with dangerous things. A cool selfie could lead to your death. Number 8. The last laugh in Texas. An angry alligator killed a man. Even though this isn't a foolish way to die, the way it all happened was stupid. The man had been making fun of alligators. This dude really thought highly of himself. Early Friday morning, people saw Tommy Woodward and an unknown woman swimming together with alligators in the stream. They called the police. Afterward, witnesses watched one of the large alligators the man had been teasing take a big bite out of him. The woman fled, and Tommy Woodward's body was discovered many hours later. The foolish aspect of this isn't the mockery. The guy's biggest mistake was ignoring the signs that said swimming with alligators was not allowed. Who would have the last laugh if not the alligators? Would you be brave enough to swim with alligators? After what I just said, I hope not. Number 7. Gender reveal. Everyone wants to make the most of every opportunity and convert ordinary happenings into extraordinary ones. That's entirely okay. But 28-year-old Christopher Pickney probably regrets his big gender reveal show after a device he built at his New York State garage exploded. It killed him and hurt his younger brother. Christopher was expecting his first child, and the device he was building was supposed to explode in a safe way to show his friends and family the gender of the baby. The police bomb squad looked into Christopher's home, but they didn't say right away why or what kind of materials were in the device that exploded. In your wildest imagination, what do you suppose he did? What the heck happened here? Number 6. Michael Goodwin. There are numerous layers to the Michael Goodwin case. He was supposed to be executed, but later his sentence was changed, and he was sentenced to life in jail. A change of luck, or at least it should have been that way. Living in his cell was fine until he discovered his TV wasn't working one day. He checked it and found a faulty wire. After looking at the situation and his skills, he decided that cutting the wire with his teeth was the best choice. This was stupid on many levels. It was a live wire, which was literally full of electricity and specks of dust. He was killed by electricity. But technically, that's not the end of the story. There's more. The live wire shock might not have killed him, but he was doing the repair on a metal toilet, which made the shock even stronger. Goodwin's original sentence involved electrocution, and his stupidity restored the original verdict. Number 5. How not to get away with bee murder. In 2002, a farmer in Brazil was walking across his property when he noticed a giant beehive waiting for him. These can be very dangerous and even deadly, so he had to be careful to some degree. The man realized he needed to protect himself from the bee's stings and then use fire to get rid of the hive. Since this was an excellent two-part plan, he got ready to burn the bees. But his idea of protection was to throw a plastic bag over his head and lock it tightly. You'd be more intelligent than that man if you could spot this strategy's problem immediately. There are many reasons why a plastic bag won't solve the stink problem here, but it got worse since he couldn't breathe. Unfortunately, he neglected to make holes in the bag to allow air to pass. So, he suffocated next to a tree, still buzzing with bees. Number 4. Illegal butt injection. Leslie Alla, a lady from Philadelphia, died after having a butt injection. Technically, the buttocks injection was unlawful. It nonetheless proved to be fatal. Leslie got the illegal injection from a woman who had already been jailed for giving what the New York Daily News called back alley butt enhancement jobs. The doctor was in the room with Leslie when she went into cardiac arrest and died. It was caused by the cosmetic silicone injections she had in her thighs and buttocks. This happened after the injection, but she was still getting better. And yeah, it kind of makes sense that she died from the procedure, since the woman who gave her the injection had already been to prison twice. That too for mishandled procedures that she would often fix by putting crazy glue on the wounds. Number 3. Game over. Many people believe that video games may be highly addictive to the point where some players will play the games they enjoy for hours. But in South Korea, video games are a way of life. A man named Lee tried something out of the box. During one session of StarCraft, he decided to play for 50 hours straight without eating, sleeping, or taking care of his body in any way. He stopped for the bathroom when he couldn't hold it in any longer. You can probably guess where this is headed if you spot the problem. He died trying to live a practically unattainable lifestyle. Doctors said he died of heart failure. It could have been prevented if he had slept a few hours and eaten every few hours. Definitely a lesson for all of us. Number 2. Too much water. Jacqueline Henson, a 40-year-old lady from Huddersfield, decided to take off a few pounds by following a meal replacement diet plan. This diet consists of eating 500 calories daily for 12 weeks, while replacing all solid meals with shakes and soups. It also includes drinking water. Jacqueline lost over 10 pounds in the first week after she died from brain enlargement. So what exactly went wrong? Jacqueline thought the water was a good element, so she drank 4 liters while watching TV. She died the next day from a severe headache. All of that water killed her. Basically, what happened was water intoxication. Too much water in a short time dilutes your salt and electrolytes, disrupting brain function. This makes the brain swell, which is what happened to Jacqueline Henson and led to her death. Number 1. Stay in the vehicle. When you go on a safari, especially one with enormous creatures, never leave the vehicle for your protection and others. That's a rule. But 2 elderly German tourists at a Spanish safari park didn't listen to any warnings. They got out of the car to get closer to the animals. Tigers attacked them almost as soon as they got back in the car and killed them both. The park didn't say much about the couple, but it was clear they didn't follow the rules, which cost them their lives. Thank you for watching, guys. What are your thoughts on these stupid deaths by people who could have known better? Which of these deaths was the dumbest? Which do you believe could have been avoided? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. Make sure to click the subscribe button if you haven't already, and come back soon for another fantastic video.